So what happened on this one? I don't remember YouTube, you know. Good night. Good night and welcome. Good night and welcome to everyone. I don't know what is this right here. Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. I don't know what I go on here, summer girl. You're hearing me any at all? Hi, Steven. I don't know what is happening. Oh, my heart. These things only give problem. Still, I'm not showing. No, I don't know what's going on. Hello and hello and hello and hello and hello. Good night. Good night. Good night. I don't know. There's something not quite kosher on this side here with my gadgets. I don't know. I don't know what it have to do with, but something that. Let me try the other phone. Oh, okay. Good night to everyone. Hi, Steven. How you doing, man? How was your day? How was your day? Did you get any rest from hard work? Hmm? It's truly Mel, how you doing? How was your rest? How was your work? Hmm. Seems like you don't have no problem at all. Every time I ask, you say it was okay. I would love to be in a job like that. And everything is okie dokie. No problem. Yes, I, Steven. And you? Everything was okay for you too, I, Steven? What message now is helpful with you? There's something come up there to say message helpful review right there, so it's that somebody saying something that is not in alignment with the guidelines. Ah, these things are so of such. Okay, I'm up for a late start. As much as I start early, I still up for a late start. When you think it is all early, then when you look, you see it's getting dark. You know, by the time you get what you have done, then you see it getting. Arhen, you want to know my age? Let me give you a test run. Guess. Just look at me and guess. You should ask how young am I? Just make yourself a guess. And if you guess up to 5 numbers, I'll give you a thumbs up. Why you said 45? It couldn't be 72. It couldn't be 2 times 45. 2 4 is 8. It couldn't be 90. Anyhow, by the time I finish the live, you will get it. And I will say yes. Anyhow, good night. Again, good night. Up for a late start. So right now, I am not, I'm just going to be going through. Where we left off, I see a 122-year-old man the other day. Him just look ready. Yes, him could fool any young lady. Yes, so look at it like that, baby. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm just going to get right into it. The greetings, I thank you for being here. All new subscribers, feel welcome. Be here. Don't feel out of place. The comment section is your section. One of the night, we are going to open the line and you are going to call in live to the channel and say your piece. Yes, instead of writing it, so we can do some discussion. Yes. For the supporter, the long-time supporters, thank you for your thank you for your support at all times. Thank you. Thank you very much. That comes from good guy. Hi, Josh. You're here. Thank you. Yes, instead of holding back, we're going straight into it because I'm already up for a late start. And if I stay up too late, I start sleep in front of you. And I don't want that. Okay? So, we are still continuing on Father's Month. And fathers, we are in your corner, not with everything, with some things, with most things. We are in your corner. And tonight, I am going to hit upon the fathers that fathering their children, or let me put it this way, the fathers that get child or children, and because of some, let me call it misunderstanding, let me nice it up that way, between mom and dad, the mother preventing you from having a bond with your child. Now, ladies, part of last night was yours, and part of it tonight is going to be you again. Because women are not guiltless in these things. They are far from guiltless. Hi, Richard. How are you? Good, 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 good. Right. Women are not guiltless in these things. You go and you get a child. You started something. Something started. Because you don't just rush into something on a child. You know, let me not put it that two ship passing in the night. Let me get that part out of it. We are talking of consensual actions on both sides. Because if she did not consent, she would have reported you with the hard word. She didn't do that. That means the both of you consent to whatever took place. The sweetness, part of you, part of she smiled the whole time with you. You have done a good job. You are nice, good, and not leaving you, not for a next person. I will stick with you because everything is good. No, 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 no. Yes, I hope so. I want you doing that. Right? So I am not talking about the one that you just see and you meet just randomly and you say, oh, you look good, man. Oh, yes, yes, yes. And she's fling up a smile and say, oh, yes. Smile means, oh, yes, you can come, 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 come. And you went and it's over and it's done and you forget you have met that person in your life. But then later down the road, you get the good news of your life that you got her pregnant. So actually, I am not talking that one. That one of a different slot. I am talking you two build a bond together, live together, the union, children, or child. In the middle of everything that seems to be good, seems to be nice, seems to be all that you were looking for, take a turn. And it took a turn, but not the best, but for the worse. And all you are doing, you are trying to see if you can mend, patch, repair, piece. Sometimes it's the woman trying to do that. But stiff-necked and hard-hearted, he refused to open up, let go, even for the children's sake. And so the man come to one decision. Whether he was caught in a promiscuous action or whatever, what caused it? It's not the cause we are looking on. What caused any breakup? That's not what I am looking on. The cause is something else to on a different note between man and woman. What I am talking about is the additions that are there. It could be one, it could be two, it could be three. Because you two were building a family. And a family is consist of children. Something happened along the road. And most of the time, when I did my survey, when I was in that field, yes, I used to go out to the, what do you call it? The go-go club with persons who went there and serve out the protection thing and give them thing. Yes. So I observe a lot of things. The man have no other choice because it do not start when the man went through the gate. It start from the man is sitting, standing, lying down in the house. The first thing the woman started to ask was questioning the child or the children. And sometimes one of the child out of the children are more to give information because parent asked it. So there, if I'm not speaking the truth, tell me. Because sometimes what I saw is a different thing. And the man have no other choice. At a pointly, he decided to walk away for his sanity, for peace of mind. But walking away did not mean that he forget the young ones that he left behind. So he decided, said, okay, I will come and visit. I will support my children as always. So the children will be my priority. Stout-hearted mom, stiff-necked mom, put up a barrier. Now the barrier she's putting up, she's using the children to hurt the father. So she sit down and she coincides something and she put it so okay. Hello Mary, I am here. Oh, so where is Dick, Tom and John? They're somewhere. Want to see them? No, you can't see them. Why? No proper reason is given. Because the reason that is given is stupid. You are already the father. If doubt is in it, a thing called test called DNA by short, get that done. And the woman will use child or children to torture. She locked them away. She don't want him to see them. She don't want to have it. And then she start to feed them. The action of her is now feeding in the children. Some of the women is so vindictive that even when they get $1 million for school, for this, for that, she said, the man, the father don't give me anything. What do you think is happening in the mind of the children or the child? What do you think is happening? And if she continue fed them with the negativity, this is what is going to be a part of them. And they are going to be seeing this man as a no-caring person, when indeed the man is trying to be a part of his children's life. But the woman puts up a barrier. And women are on here, I want you to tell me, because you must came across things like these. Not saying you are a victim in this, but you came across things like these. And the woman will use the children as a pawn. The woman will use and say things in front of those children and let the man look real bad. I've seen women getting child support for their children, and they still took the man to court, saying they're not getting anything. If they say, what I am getting is not enough, I can understand. But when you say you get nothing at all, you are letting the man look bad in the sight of his children. The children walking off with a bitter taste in their mouth. And we took the credit to say, it's me alone. I alone grow those children. Him don't know about their schooling. How must he know when you put up a barrier and pushing him away? Now some of the men decide to say, you know what? I need custody. Well, a part-time custody or whatever. And have to take it a step further by putting it in court in order for him to get to have time with his children, to talk with them, to make them feel and know that this man is in your life. But because the men are always bad men, bad man, when the story came out, we do not stop to ask why, or when. We just jump on the man and say, him is a worthless man. Him is a no good man. Because what? We only listen to the side of the female. We listen to the side of the mother. We don't take time out. Well, maybe you don't know the father. But for heaven's sake, do not take everything with a spoon of honey. Listen and be a detective. Ask questions. And then you will find out in between what is happening there. So a lot of men, a lot of women push the fathers away from the children, took honors, credit for growing the children alone. Yes, fathers will walk through the door, and because of who the woman is, he decided not to have anything to do with not even the children. So being a father, it is not a cup of a glass of nice, well taste, cool juice going down your throat. It is a job that sometimes is not rewarding. It's a job you can get fired without notice. It's a job that not always bringing good news, nice name, pat on the shoulder to say you have done a good job. It's a job with chances. It's a job with thistles and thorn in it. Because trust me, I have seen women do some things and you ask the question, you think you're hurting the father? No, you're not. You're hurting him in some ways. And some of the times when he get out there, he rush straight to go and get a next child. So while you're keeping your children or child from him, he will have a next little one to look at. Most of the time, the men, the fathers, are all that not bad as we make them out to be. Most of the time, the blame is on the woman, but she shove it off. And she show her pretty colors. Oh, good, she is. Very good on the outside. Outer expression. But the inner is different. And at no time it looked like you are hurting the children. But these innocent children are in the mix. And you're mixing them and you're mixing them and you're mixing them. Now you left them not on a good ground to stand. They don't know if they're going or they're coming. They don't know who to believe, who to run to. They don't know. Because of our inconsiderate mom. I don't want you to talk to him. Why? You don't let him walk out of the house and he leave us. You don't say, I pushed him away. All good if you're pushing him away from you. But for heaven's sake, leave a pavement for the children to walk on. For him to reach to his children or his child. Leave that opening. So sometimes the stories we know, I used to work with the victim support unit. So I have to deal with a lot of things when I was home. And I spend some good times with them, because actually some of the things, it was appalling to see what you're coming up to. And how many times, even in marriage, when the divorce hit, they two cannot come to an amicable agreement to say, okay, I am okay to come and see my children. I am okay to pick them up and take them to the park. It is okay for me. No. A barrier still put up. And the person who sits on her or his throne, who did not know anything about these children coming into the world, have to eventually get involved to say who have the right from who don't have the right. And in fact and in life, the both persons have rights to their children. Even if they had adopted them, the both person have right to their children. So that area, that gap should have closed. That do not what happen between the adult. Try the endeavor best that it don't go in to hurt the children. They're going to be hurt, you know, because they will learn father is not coming home, da 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 da, and everything else happening. They do not understand. Their brain, some of them, is not developed, and even the developed one are saying that, you know, what happened, and they start asking questions. Surprisingly, some of the answer that is given, not good. So, honoring and appreciating fathers for their father role. Many fathers, not because they don't want to be fathers to their children, but they are prevented from being fathers to their children. And I am not talking about the abusive father. They have a next slot for themselves. I am not talking about them. I am talking about the genuine man who by any means decide to go through with their children until they are able, their wings grow feather and they can fly on their own. But mommy dearest won't have it, because mommy dearest decided, I am going to spite him. You're not seeing the children. You're not seeing the baby. And if you don't mind sharp, you stand before that judge and he put you somewhere in a dark place to sit because of the scheming behavior of the mother. Make sure the story isn't true, but they sit and they planned it. And I am going to hurt him. I am going to hurt him. No wonder some of the times the gruesome things happen and you're asking, oh, why? But some cannot take it. Some, the cup full, it reached the boiling point, and the only thing they saw is to take it to the next level. But I encourage you, run. If it's even with a one suit on your back, run. Because when you incriminate yourself, the mother is out here, free like the bird flying in the air. While you have to be spending money to defend yourself to the utmost best. And then you start regretting the very moment you look each other in the eye. But that is already done and gone. You have to deal with the problem at hand. The older person way back then said the sweetness of your PRICK turn a thorn in your flesh. Now with fathers again. Preparation for child or children. Yourself and the mother of your child. Whether it is your wife, because a lot of men get children out of wedlock. And we can't deny that one. Sometimes later in life that they too became partner in join in marriage. At most time, children is being born out of wedlock. When you see yourself that you are now proving your manhood, yes, standing proud and tall, I see what I can do, and here I am. Children need shelter. They need clothing. They need food. The doctor bill. Take them to the park. But most of all, you need shelter. So now you took on a role on yourself that uh, where are we gonna live? You don't want to raise your children in a rented house all the day of your life. So now, this is where you have to put your $2 into a place that you don't touch it. Mark on that $2 for the house. You have to own a house. You have to have your own space that your children can go freely. Your own yard space, your own house space, that they are not being trouble to anybody else. So now you are looking on it to say, well, this is what started, and we don't know how much more coming. If we don't sit down and plan this thing properly, before I know it, and I pull under the sheet, under the comforter, it goes another baby. So you have to go and you have to put plan in place, because fail to plan, you plan to fail. You have to be thinking of getting your own shelter. Don't matter how hard it is. And listen, these sayings say one hand can catch lice. Gone are the days when moms stay at home and only have babies. Because guess what? Not even the love making is sweet. Because there is no time for love making. It is time for babies. So you ask, I used to ask this question. Well, tell me something. Have you ever enjoyed? Because 2 years apart, a year and 6 months apart, I was working in an institution, and the mother coming in to give birth to Mark is 9 months. She is a full-term pregnancy, 9 months. And she had just a baby that is 9 months old. So as soon as she went home from the delivery area, she went straight to get her next baby. And the baby is 9 months, that is birth. And the one that she's coming to give birth to, it's a 9 full-fledged month baby. So I said, you did not enjoy anything in lovemaking. You don't know a thing about it. Because before you know it is another baby. And before you know it is another baby. So gone are those days. Gone are those days. Today, You have to be an asset, not a liability. Two are having children. We two have to put our head together to make money while we care for these children. So when you're looking a wife, help your wife to reach the goal if she's not there. Although there's could be another spin to that. But anyhow, in order that her pay packet and your pay packet can come together and give you a roof over your head and children. And you only do love making and no baby making until. Because it's hard for you to be having a 6 months old, a year and 6 months old, and you have it going down the line. Because you have to be thinking way ahead of time. There are not going to be babies on the bed, in the crib, in the cot, in the stroller all the rest of the time. No. No sooner you see them start stirring over on the bed, no sooner they sit up, no sooner they start creeping, no sooner they started to walk, no sooner you started to be looking school, what school to put them. I need the best school for them and the school fees. So it's an ongoing process. And father, who is the breadwinner, the captain of the ship, must put things in place for his children. And when I say that, I emphasize on children. Because the woman can walk out and leave and go in, no matter how much ring you put on her finger. You give her all of the gold from Fort Knox. And she feel like, yeah, you have the children to deal with. You have to see to it, good school, good nutritious food, the doctor visit, and everything going down. And you maybe have to be doing this, and you have to rush to work, and you have to come, you have to get your work done. Some persons, they are their own philanthropist, they are their own entrepreneur persons, right? Some is being employed some places. And even when they employed, them have to be looking a second job to bring in the cash in order to take care of the family. So you see, on the side of the fathers, they have it hard. In spite it look like they have it easy, no, it is hard. I don't support the father. Find some ways and means to get support to the children. For no reason let they hungry. And they have a strong father out there. For no reason let their school fee cannot be paid. And they have a father. Put your best out. If when they come to adult and being the winner and being the successful person and they don't look at you, they have their self to live with. But never let it say, oh my God, I needed so for the child, and I sent. And fathers have their vindictive side to them too. I heard fathers say, I'm not giving her my money because she's going to take my money. I don't want her. And these were the two people that were living together having fun together, laugh, talk, and do everything together. But he's not going to give her his money to give the children because she's going to be a part of it. Yes, she is your child's children's mother. She is your child slash children's mother. She deserves to eat too. So nothing is wrong if you give her money and she have to eat from it. If you give her money for the children and she cook, she should just cook for the children and she go hungry. Oh no. No. And don't matter what they do, have a level of respect for them. Loving and respect is two different things. Because what? They brought your child in this world. It was not easy road to travel. It's a road that is on thin line. The least mistake you make, you're off. So, you may not be in love with the person. You remember the good times, you remember the good days, but remember, this person is the mother of your child or children. So you should give that person respect. Maximum respect too. Even if they don't respect you, you use the one good and covers all the bad. She is the mother of my child. Mothers should not speak ill against the father of their children. And likewise, father, do not do it especially in front of your children or your child. Because some person do not pick the place, the time when they blurt out of their mouth. They just do it anytime, anyhow, in front of child or no child. But we should put that level of respect. That if you're really anger boiling over, you get out of their hearing. Yes. And have your outbursts. So you wipe your face, you washed your face, pat dry it, and come back to them after you have belched out. Fathers, it's a job. It's about 10 jobs packed in one. Have you seen a parent that have a sick child? As the clock tick, you have to be taking that child to the doctor. Father have to be running with that child. It's not an easy job. It's not easy for the mother, and it's not easy for the fathers. For the mothers who allow their father to be a part of their children's life. You will hear some children say, in spite my father and my mother were not living together, he see to it that all our needs is being supplied. Yes, you have children say that. Because in spite you're not physically there, in the physical space, but you ensure that their needs have been met. So for those that have not been a father yet, take some tips. Take some tips. Sometimes the person you met in good grace, nice and nice, that very person eventually changes right in front of your very eyes. And you're saying, oh, where is Mrs. Wall? this wasn't the person, but they changes. I know of a situation where the mother disappear and leave all her children. I know of leave the children to the father, and father decided, yes, this is my job. I know of fathers that the mother of their children have been deceased, and he said, I will. Parent will come in and help, but I am the big man in this thing. So a lot of things can happen. And because you wanted the best for your children slash child, you will do the best for them. Let they say, but you do not be held guilty in all of this. Sometimes you look at the person and you said, oh, this model would be the perfect fit for a mother. But until you get into it, you realize you were so mistaken. So wrong. I have seen men reach to the point where they learn to comb the girl's hair. And it's not because the mom is working, I have to rush out, and you are playing that part and took them to school. Mommy, dearest, disappear. I've seen a situation where this woman give birth to half a dozen children, 6 children. And an opportunity came for her to travel to the land where milk and honey flows. And when she was leaving, the youngest of the 6 were 3 months old. And she went to the land of milk and honey with relatives, with a father taking care of these children, plus relatives who get in to give their support. Looking on it and saying, okay, she's there to help out situation. So you're looking forward. Oh, she said she's working. Oh yes, you're looking forward that one of the day, all half dozen children plus father will be joining her wherever she decided to reside. Years went by. She barely called. When she remembered, she called. The father is there trying to encourage the children. Oh yes, your mom will come. Oh yes, and giving them all the smooth, trying to comfort their little mind. When the 3 months old child reaches 23 years old, was the first time Mommy Dearest returned to the island. And not only being returned, where she was in her comfort zone, she of course got married. All done? I don't ask me. And the man she got married to, she was a virgin to the point. She has never been touched by a man. Yet she has 6 children. And this new man do not know about them. She has never opened her mouth to say, I have a child or I have children. And she has never been touched by a man. So he is the first getting his time, getting the whale of time. When she returned to the island, she returned with a child, a big boy. And even when she reached there, she did not know her children that she left here, that she left in the island. Relative have to be saying, oh, this is Johnny, and this is Mary. And you remember the little one? Here she is, grown woman. And she's not said to the young man, you know, these are your sisters and your brothers. No. But by talking and talking, they now is asking, who is this young man? Relative, who is he? The young man was polite enough to say, it's my mother. But she wasn't even expecting to jump out of his mouth. So, you know, the questioning began. The interrogation began. Scotland Yard come down. Her own children turned Scotland Yard on her. She went back to her place aboard. And this is a frightening moment for the young man. When he reached, he asked his father, did you know that I have brothers and sisters in her? No, your mother don't have any more children. You're the first one for her. While the father of those children suffers because he's growing up five kind of big children and a baby. And he has to work. Some of the employed persons. While the woman out there, she is a nice little virgin, just of the first child of her life. We're talking about the mothers. It's the fathers, but the action of some of the women, some of them, not all of them, will never blanket all of them. Some of them, who you don't know how they think, why they think, where they think, you don't know where their thinking goes. She never think of her children who she left with their father to grow them. And she have grown adult who said she never tried to take one of them where she is, and then one could help one and one help one. The first birth for her, when I said to him, forgive her. Maybe she were in a situation where, he said, don't matter what situation she was in, she could have lazed on with her children, which is true. And I say all of that to show that most of the time, the female is the aggressor. But because their faces are smooth and their words are smoother than oil, when they open their mouth and speak, for me, I listen carefully. And if I have something to say, I pick my question wisely. And when I pump a question, it corners you. Yeah. Because my son can be in the same position where most of the men find themselves. I have seen young ladies say that they're pregnant and the child is for this young man. And at the birth, oh yes, and then you start have second thought and you thinking, and she decided she don't want to sit and stay with the child. She didn't even allow that child to get her breast milk. And she said, oh yes, it's her. And when things start going, the downhill side, he decided to get a DNA done. And I'm talking about a young girl who, that's her first child, and she was 23 years old. When the DNA result came back, it didn't even stop at 99. It said 100% point so and so. That child is not yours. There is nothing, not it. He paid a good sum of money to get the DNA done, to just prove this young lady how lie and vindictive she is. And she been getting money and she decided to put him to court and she's doing all sort of a thing because she need more and more and more and more. Now the rightful father of that child, if she know who is the right father, out there. So the father, the child now is not being fathered neither by the the one who was given to or the one who actually is the father. So many times women make it bad for men. The man leave his children out there if him get any out there. And he will deal with that pan out there. Give what him have. And him say, oh, okay, I will take care of this. Don't worry, don't worry. And it has been taken care of. But the woman or some of those women who decided that the father and their children should not be one in mind, heart, spirit, no love, no nothing. Because of the woman. Sometimes I tell you, first time I was a men advocate. Because we came down on them with, and it's like very little persons can speak in their behalf, on their behalf, because you say, oh, the man lie. Oh yes, man is lie for true, but woman is any better? Is woman any better? No, we're equal in the pack. But men meet it rough many times through the influence of the mother, the person who bears to be mother of their children. But for those that are already father and they are doing their utmost best, continue doing your best. Do no less Do more if it's anything, but do no less. Do your job with pride and joy. Be a father with pride and joy. Do not do to be and say you regret. Have no regrets. It's your duty. So do your duty. Let someone else, let someone else wear the guilty conscience, wear the guilty clothing on them. So many times, parent of a son, their son is not that. Sometimes you say, well, parent want to get in their life, but sometimes the poor man have nobody to talk to. He run back to his parent and he start outline what is happening to him. And you have to be there as a counselor, as a friend, as a guide to them. So men, it's your task. Many things are laid up in wait for you, but you can get the hurdles down one by one. And let nothing deter you from being a father to your child. Even if you have to put it in court in order for you to get your child and see your child. Be with your child. Hug them, love them. Sit down all reasoning with them. Have a son to father talk. Ask them the question you need to ask them. Pass on your information that you think can help them. Let them don't use it, but don't withhold. Give them, guide them as much as you can. Because some of these broken boys, broken children end up. Because remember, the government, they make added place to keep them. And that place is called the place of prison. Many of these broken children, they are the ones that give the trouble. They are the troubled one. They miss what you call a father's touch, a father's love, a father eye to eye speaking with. And they cannot deal with their anger. And they find the others out there and decided to join with them. And before you know it, it's your son involved in this. Is your daughter involved in that? And you say, oh my God. They are taking out what build up inside of them. Save them from it, please. Because my daughter or my granddaughter might walk in the pathway of one of you boys. And next we know, I was talking to you on the live, and next we know, oh, it's their son with my daughter, or with my niece, or with somebody for me. Take a hold of your children. Father, you are a father. You are a leader. Stand up like the brave. Stand up for your children. Impart to them wisdom, knowledge, and understanding because they need it. impart unto them in their daily life as they go along. Right? Their children. You need to look on your child or your children and they be proud of themselves, and therefore they make you proud of them. Because we, the mothers, are some of the great influence. Turn them away completely. And you're fighting to stay in the saddle and to have them with you. But never mind. Take courage. Take courage. One day, you will overcome. So, in all that you're doing, you alone cannot do it, but take it to the Lord. Don't leave God out of your business. Plan with God your business and for the life of your young ones. Yes. So this is my little piece to fathers again. And until the month is finished, I'll cover encourage fathers. We know that we have the rude ones out there, too waiting about that, We have the rude ones out there. We have the rebellious father out there too, man. And you talk to them and say, oh, that woman. Mm. It's not only that woman. Not only that woman. But be good to your children. Keep them safe and warm. Listen to them. Never too busy that you can take time out and listen to the cry of your children. Listen. Give a listening ear. Give a hug where a hug is needed. Feel their pain for them. Feel their pains for them. While you alone feeling your pain. But be encouraged, fathers. The road is rough. It's a hard road to travel, but it's a mighty long way to go. Because you have that person or those persons until way down, they are 2021, and you can't do no less. So this is my encouragement to you. This is my talk to the men. And I will always talk for you as long as you in that area that we can speak with you. Speak out. And sometimes some of the things I said, you may be going through that same thing, but you don't even want to talk. So, I won't keep you any longer because, as I said, I started late, but I wanted to start it earlier, but circumstances beyond my control that I started late. And I'm happy and I'm glad and appreciative of you being here with us. Tomorrow evening, we'll next session of Fathers continuing throughout the month of June. Do all you can as long as you can. You're not doing it for anyone, you're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your children. You're making their children feel that they belong somewhere. Let them not go out seeking acceptance in the wrong place from the wrong person. But be there. Stand up. Stand up. Richard, stand up. I don't know if you have children. I'm just using a name, right? Stand up for them, because we, the female, as long as we can use that light to extract the money from you, so we use the children, and we will extract and extract and extract. Thank you for being here. And at this time, I'll be closing my live. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Josh, Richard, Harhen, who are you there are some that I'm not seeing the name now. But listen, to each and every one, have a blessed time. And be conscious in what you're doing. Think. They had a song that said, think it over before you go. Think it. Love in there, sing it. Think it over before you walk away from it. Think it over before you go. Think it over before you walk away and leave me here to jump revival in a lonely way. And hallelujah day. So think it over. Don't run and leave your children. Even if you have to leave, make your children be primary, number one. They are yours. They are from your line. Yes. Do your best. When man and earth has done their best, angels in heaven cannot do any better. Josh book out. May my dad hang out Tuesday. Me and him. I want to have a sit down and have a good father-son reasoning. Reason. Because what? Charge. A fail. Get up. Yes, Josh. Let's reason with him respectfully. Don't, in spite the or, no. All your level of respect. Respect them. Speak with respect. So you hold a level of reasoning with daddy, with papa, with father. Yes, hold reasoning with them. Thank you, you're coming in. While you're going out, could you please touch the like button for me? And we will not pull it out any longer. And see you tomorrow. Have yourself a wonderful. Have yourself something cool to drink. Elevate your leg. And put all that you want to put in place. We meet tomorrow evening, right here, earlier than now, earlier than when I came on. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be with you all. Thank you, and have a good one. Sorry you're just coming in. I welcome you, but it comes to the end that I have to go now, cut this live, and let others do get to go. All right, join me tomorrow evening at. Actually, I really want to come on 7 o'clock. Hopefully I will do it. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Think it up.